This could go horribly wrong, but let's give it a shot.
Because walking's a waste of time.
Yeah, because walking's inefficient and slow. I like to hoverboard around my apartment because it's faster, obviously. I've definitely had it throw me off a couple times. I'm low-key traumatized and a little bit terrified. You wanna know how I got these scars? Bro, my entire like elbows, knees, everything, it was bleeding for a week. Are you sold yet? Do you want one? Shit. Ben, can I have some privacy here, dude? Ben! Dude! What are you doing here?
The 7-figure copywriting coach.
It's been so long. It's been 10 minutes since our interview.
Shockingly, yeah.
I'm like, I can't believe like I just happened to have this attached to my shirt. It's like I knew you were coming.
I'm here to annoy you again.
Welcome.
Show us around.
This is the crib. We just finished moving in officially. We've been living here for 14 months and we finally decided to get our shit together and furnish it.
You run a 7-figure business whilst also being a full-time DJ. Like, how does that even work?
Let's give you guys a tour and show you how we do it. A lot of people like to wake up, morning meditation, this, that. I'm not one of them.
How do you start your day?
That highly depends on if or not I have a call in the morning. So, because I am notoriously horrible with going to bed early, I will only go to bed early. By what I mean early is like 1:30 a.m. If I have a call the next morning at 9 a.m. So I like to actually strategically structure calls at 9. So therefore I actually have to go to bed at like 12:30 so I can wake up at 8:30, do the call. Otherwise I'll just work until 4 a.m. It's just the way I am. So if we have a call, straight in there, we do the call. If we don't have a call, I like to actually start my day with a beautiful sunshine stroll down the Esplanade on the beach. Nice 20 minutes. This is one thing I found to be an absolute game changer for my sleep is starting the day with a walk, get some sunlight exposure on the skin, get some blood pumping, grab the coffee, and we're straight into the work. This is where the magic happens. This is where you'll find me 90% of the day from pretty much 9 a.m. until about 4 p.m. Sitting here and working. Aside from being the world's greatest office view, I like the natural light and it would be criminal to have this view and to not work here. So that's why I do that. Until around 4:30, we hit the gym 6 days a week. Well gym down the road, gets me out of the house. Now, because I gym in the afternoon, we don't want to be having caffeinated pre-workouts or that's going to fuck up your sleep. So what we do, nootropic-based pre-workout. It's got the L-tyrosine, alpha GPC, all the pump stuff, creatine, anabolic. That's got all the BCAAs, amino acid stuff, Hyperade, basically powdered Gatorade, good for hydration, muscle fullness. These two, absolute game changer for sleep every night before bed. Adrenal switch, magnesium, ashwagandha helps me relax, wind down. This shit is the GOAT of sleep. Rested AF, Steel supplements, another free shout out. Yeah, this shit's incredible. Honestly, like helps me fall asleep, stay asleep, get the best sleeps ever. And that takes us to about evening, 6 p.m. Would you like me to show you me in the shower? Baby, 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 oh, like, oh! Shit. Dude, oh my fucking Ben, can I have some privacy here, dude? And so I have to be really strict on myself to say like, when I go back from gym, 6 p.m., 7 p.m., whatever it is, have my post-workout meal, Wheat Bix, get the carbs in, bananas, straight to the studio, and then it's like good 3-4 hours of uninterrupted music time. Let me show you where the magic happens. Alexa, light it up.
Let's get rich.
Alexa! I do not know who taught her to say that. I did not teach her to say that, I swear. Come on in. Let me give you a little studio office tour. Jesus Christ.
There's a lot going on in here. Talk us through it.
This room was 12 months ago, completely empty. For the longest amount of time, we lived in a 1-bedroom apartment. You know how it is. It's like my bedroom's got to be my office. Not the most ideal professional look for Zoom calls. Also, it's good. I like to have a separate space where I sleep and only sleep and other activities, but mainly sleep. And then separate for working, right? Helps you shut off your brain, all that sort of stuff. So, first thing we did when we moved into this place, as you can see, the floor is tiled, and that is a no-no. If you're recording stuff, it sounds like you're in a bathroom. Horrible acoustics. So we actually went ahead, we bought a rug, really thick rug, and we actually cut it to fit the dimensions of the room. We just laid this down to fit exactly in the room. So that was a huge, huge thing in absorbing a lot of the sound and making it nice and acoustically friendly. Next up we have desk. This desk I think is freaking cool, to be honest. It's a music production studio desk, so I've got my keyboard under there. There's mounts there for the speakers, lights. There's rack mounts there if you have like hardware compressors and that sort of thing, which I don't because I do everything on my laptop, so it's easier. This little guy I actually got the other day. Can't remember the name of the company, but it's cool. So, you know, previously I had like tons of different mounts and tons of different like cables and arms and stems, and it was chaotic, right? And so this thing's all in one, absolute beast. It allows me to mount my camera exactly where I need it, my monitor, which I never use. Probably gonna put a big key light there with a softbox there one day. We've got the mic up there as well. Nice and clean, elegant, simple, it's good. We've got our key lights there. So when I'm filming, in a perfect world, I would have a massive aperture key light with a huge softbox, which would probably take up half this room. So that's why I don't have it, to produce a nice softer looking light. I feel like these guys, you know, they do the job just fine. You always wanna have one brighter than the other one. Creates a nice little bit of contrast, you know, get the shadow happening, more cinematic, more sexy. Now sound wise, you know me, I gotta be different. And so this right here, it's the Neumann TLM 103. It is the baby brother of the mic that Drake, Beyonce, several leading recording artists use to record their vocals. It's a fucking good mic, big fan. Pop filter on the front, stops all the sounds. Beautiful little Rode arm, lets me move it wherever I want. Now, standing desk, sitting desk. A lot of people, you know, they always say like sitting is in you smoking, whatever. Dude, to be honest, I'll give you the real. I used to work in a warehouse, packing coffee for 8 hours a day, standing all day. The reason I wanted to quit my job is so I didn't have to fucking stand all day. So the last thing I want to do is get a standing desk where I have to stand all day. No one likes standing. We got a sitting desk. I sit down and I work. It's good. That's the setup. And the last thing, we got this SSL2 audio interface. Run the mic audio through there. Connects into one of these USB hubs straight into the laptop. Big fan of systems. The reason why a lot of people I feel like don't produce a lot of content, including me a year ago, is because it's such a fucking pain in the ass to go take your camera out of the cupboard and then get the tripod and then set it up and then like put it there and then like make sure the background's all good, connect all the stuff and then get the SD card and put it in the thing, and it's like it takes longer to do that than it is to film the video. And I'm filming like one video a month and I'm like, why? And it's because the activation energy, as they call it, of starting to film the video is so high. And so it's like there's all these obstacles to be overcome before you can even film. So pro tip, if you have some habits that you want to do, make the habits easy. You want to go to gym? Put your goddamn gym clothes next to your bed, before bed, and then you wake up, you put the thing on, and you go to gym, right? Goated vertical video hack. Bought this thing, $100, called an atoll. Attaches onto the tripod, so instead of attaching the camera, want to film horizontal? You got it. Want to film vertical? Boom. Shorts, TikToks, Reels, YouTube videos, bang, back to trainings. Dude, best $100 I've ever spent. That's the setup, and the last thing, we have these bad boys. This is what I produce on. The world's sexiest headphones, clearly. No, but they're incredible mastering headphones. These things are about $4 grand. I can take these anywhere. I can go, because I travel like every month. Like we're going to Europe for 5 weeks in 2 days. And then we got the topping amp, because good headphones need a good amp. DJ decks. Obviously I'm a DJ as well. So these decks, about 10.5 grand. Industry standard club setup. Really good, because if you go perform at any club, this is almost always the Pioneer kit stock standard that they're gonna have. And so by having them at home, pretty cool. It means I get to practice on the exact gear I'd be using live in front of an audience. Because my first ever gig that I played was a fucking train wreck, because I had only practiced on these tiny little DJ controllers, and then all of a sudden I get thrown into this big club and it's got, you know, these fucking enormous like Pioneer decks, and I'm like, dude, I have no idea what I'm doing with any of this. It's like being thrown into the cockpit of a Lamborghini and there's fucking buttons everywhere. I'm like, so that was not the best mix of my life. Really good to practice. So throw the USB in there, bang, off to the races. But this is where I record my radio show. I've got a monthly radio show on Insomniac Radio, which is the company that owns EDC. Sometimes, when I'm feeling particularly adventurous, I like to take these decks and put them somewhere where CDJs are not supposed to be. For example, tiny aeroplanes, yachts.
I gotta snatch it. Damn.
Abandoned tunnels, the roof of moving golf carts, hot air balloons. Yeah, we like to do some cool shit. That's the decks. And then just for visual interest's sake, I think it's cool to have some background swag, makes the video a little more interesting.
Have you really read all those books?
Yes and no. Yes and no. Some of them are a to-do list. Some of these are fucking bangers though. These ones, top shelf book. This shit is sacred. If it makes it to the top shelf, you know it's a category 1 A-lister must read banger of a book. In fact, actually this bad boy right here, Dan Martell, Buy Back Your Time. That's actually earning a top shelf slot as well. It's gonna go up there. Believe it or not, I'm actually not a big reader. I don't read a whole lot. Main reason is I'm a really slow reader. I prefer courses, audiobooks, mostly because I can do it while I do other shit. I can 2x that shit and I can just consume information way faster, whereas I can't 2x my eyeballs, unfortunately. Big fan of biographies though. One habit I think that served me really well, biographies before bed. When you're reading, let me find this one, like this fucking guy. Animal. You think you got problems in your life? I'm lying in bed and I'm like, oh dude, I've got to film a YouTube video tomorrow. I have to do leg day tomorrow. Like, oh dude, tomorrow's gonna be a tough day. And then I'm reading this motherfucker and I'm like, he's on his 3rd rocket launch. And if this goes bust, he loses everything that he's ever made in his entire life from selling PayPal, SpaceX, and Tesla. Will go bankrupt and thousands of employees will have to be fired and no pressure. Kind of puts things into perspective. This guy, fucking MVP. You think your life is hard, and then night before bed, 20 minutes, you're reading this motherfucker, army of 300 people against 5,000 Persians. These motherfuckers haven't eaten, they haven't slept in 3 days. Finally, they make it to a new city. Are they welcomed with open arms? No. It's fight 5,000 Persians or die. And it's just day after day after day. So I like that because it's kind of like, you know what? If those guys can do that, I can probably manage a leg day. Kind of puts things into perspective, you know?
Work day's done, now what?
Work day, I usually finish around 11:30 midnight. Usually doesn't happen, I usually push it a little longer. And so I'll try to wrap up here, let's say 11:30. Go out to the kitchen, my last meal of the day. If I'm cutting, steak, rice, broccoli, 2 minutes, done, eat it. Otherwise, bulking, usually a stir fry, something like that. I can cook it up again while I'm listening to books, courses, that sort of thing. Sometimes I'll spend time with my lovely girlfriend. Usually around midnight, which is actually the prime time for me to post content because I'm in Australia. My main audience is America and it's UK, Europe. So midnight is actually the sweet spot where, America is just waking up, starting their day. Europe, UK, it's mid-afternoon. And so that's when I send all my emails, when I post all my stories. That'll be the last thing I do before bed is post my story sequences for the day. That's a huge driver of business. So I like to do it at a good time. Wrap up in the bathroom, a few supplements, magnesium, fish oil, probiotics. You've got to take care of that gut health. It's like 80% of your immunity is in your gut health. It's important. Brush my teeth, jump in bed. Sometimes I'll read a book. I'm pretty busy at the moment, so I don't have time, so I just go to bed. I started this book 2 fucking years ago and I still haven't finished because it's like this ultra complex story of this guy who basically stole like $2 billion from the Malaysian government. Pretty impressive, low key, but it's like complicated as fuck. So I'm working my way through it. We'll get there maybe by 2027. 3 massively underrated game changers for your sleep. Number 1, do yourself a favor, get yourself a hotel pillow. How good is it when you go to a hotel, bed is comfortable as fuck, pillows are comfortable as fuck, you get the best sleeps ever, right? Why not take that same experience, take it from the hotel, put it in your bed. This pillow, $500. Absolutely insane, but also the best investment I've ever made. Get the best sleeps ever. I fall asleep in like 10 seconds. It's great. Not really, but helps a lot. Second thing, lavender oil, huge game changer. Diffuser right there. Sometimes I just smear that shit all over my face and fall asleep. If I can be bothered, I'll put it in the actual diffuser. Just helps relax, calm you down, fall asleep faster, stay asleep. And if you have a snoring partner, like I do, these bad boys, absolute game changer. So Bose used to have a thing, it's called the Bose Sleep Buds. They unfortunately discontinued them. So this company, they picked up the slack, Soundcore A20s. My God, I have never slept a night without these things. They are fucking incredible. Ever since they came out, absolute staple. Pop them in your ears, fit super well. They cancel out noise and they also play whatever you want. So if you want to fall asleep to hard techno music, you can do that. Most underrated sleep hack ever. Get yourself a pair of blockout blinds. We first moved into this place, shit was lit up like a Christmas tree. 3:30 a.m. You live in Queensland, guess what? That baby of a sun, that motherfucker's rising. 3 in the morning, I haven't gone to bed yet and the sun's rising. Fuck that, can't be sleeping like that. Getting the worst sleeps of my life. Contacted the company, installed a pair of these. This shit, I'm telling you, these things are down, not a peep of light enters this room. Absolute game changer for your sleep. Now I know what you're thinking, but Sean, I live in a rental. I can't install stuff like that in my apartment. Well, guess what? We also live in a rental. But as I say, it's better to ask for forgiveness than permission, right? Last thing, super important, before I go to bed every single night, without fail, doesn't matter, I've come home Saturday night, 3 in the morning, ultra drunk, no matter what. Always, always, always plan my next day. So I'll write down with times, start times and end times, every activity. I'm gonna script it all out from the start of the day to the finish. And that allows me, when I wake up the next day, it's like I'm the director the night before. I wake up, take off my directing hat, put on my, wait, I had a hat. put on my acting hat, and I just launch straight into it. Too many people, they wake up reactive, you're doing other people's to-do list, and you're not getting anything done that's important to you. So that's a massive habit that served me really well. I do the same thing at the end of every week as well. So I'll plan out the entire week, all the major things that I want to move forward, that I want to get done. From there, I'm going to take them and put into the greatest CRM of all time, the Notes app on the iPhone. Put it in there with little checkboxes, tick them off as I go throughout the day, and that's my productivity system in a T. Served me pretty well for the last 10 years, and yeah, made $4 million doing that. So there you go. Notepad and pen, iPhone notes. Can't go wrong. There we have it. Day in the life of Sean Ferres. Get the fuck out of my house. Time to sleep.